Okay, today we're going to talk about subtracting integers. So you're going to follow along with your packet and you're going to just do what I do here, but we're going to talk about some of the changes that you do need to make. So over here, I'm going to be using integer chips today. So a yellow is going to be represent a positive. So when I do that, if you would like to just put the positive down for your answer and write those out, you can do that. And then a negative chip is represented with the red color. So you can put that down as a negative. So if I'm putting down 2 positives and 1 negative, you could have that on your board like this, okay? All right, so let's get started with the first problem here, and that is 5 minus 2. So something you can do with hardly any thought process to it. I'm going to start with my first number, and that is a 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 positives because there's no sign in front of it. So I have 5. And what it's saying is take away 2 or take away the opposite 2. So I'm going to take away 2. So I'm taking away 2. What am I left with? 3. And you know that's a true proven fact because you've been doing this for so long. Okay. So that's the first one. Easy enough. All right. Another thing you need to know about the chips today is that when I combine 1 negative and 1 positive, I have a 0 pair. Think about this as a positive 1, a negative 1. Put them together, they equal 0. So 0 pairs really come in handy when it comes to using integer chips to show the concept of subtracting integers. So I'm going to do our next problem, and I'm going to move down the column to 2 minus 8. Okay. So here's the problem. So just like before, I'm starting with positive 2 because there's nothing in front of the 2, so I have my 2 here. Okay. And then I'm going to take away 8. Wait, I don't have 8 to take away. So what I'm going to do is I am going to put in 0 pairs until I have enough positives to take away. So I'm going to keep adding 0 pairs until I have 8 positives to take away. So this, and it doesn't change the number at all because this equals 0. So I still just have 2. So I start here with my first 0 pair. So I have 3 positives to take away. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. There are my there is enough now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Enough positives to take away. Therefore, I want to take those away. And what am I left with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 negatives. Because I have the red chips, I'm left with 6 negatives after I've taken the 8 away. So the answer to 2 minus 8 is negative 6, which makes sense. I'm starting at 2 on a number line, and I'm taking away 8. Well, I've got to move into the negative side of things because I have no more positive to go. All right, moving on. They don't get easier. My next one is a negative 3 minus 6. All right, this time, remember, every time I do this, you're going to write that positive chip if you don't want to do colors. And if I do this one, you're going to write that negative, and it means the same exact thing. I'm just using the chips this time, okay? So I'm going to start with my first number, which is a negative 3. Okay, I have represented. I'm going to take away a positive 6. Do I have a positive 6 to take away in this? No. So I'm going to put out a 0 pairs until I have 6 positives to take away. So here's 1 0 pair. So I have 1 positive to take away. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I have 6 positives to take away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to do so. And what am I left with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm left with a negative 9. And that makes sense. I'm at negative, and I'm going to keep going negative with this one here. So it makes sense that that's how it would work. Okay. And finally, the last one, and probably the most peculiar. Okay. It is 5 minus a negative 7. All right. So I'm going to represent my first number, 5. Whoops. So I have 5 positives to take away. Now I need to take away a -7. Do I have any negatives to take away? No, there are no red chips up here right now. So what I need to do is I need to create those 0 pairs again to have a -7 to take away. So I'll get started. Here's 1. So now I have 1 to take away. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I still only have 5 here because these are all 0 pairs. And now I have 7 negative chips to take away. So I'm going to take them away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've taken away my negatives now. What am I left with? They're all positive. And how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I am left with a positive 12. A 5 minus a -7 is a positive 12. And we'll talk about more about why that works with the number line. So these are those to fill in for your first part, and you'll watch the next video and we'll do the same thing with a number line.